top trader South Africa, and this is a segment called All Things Forex with myself, Nqobile Tembane. And today I've got my guest today, Lesiba, Forex trader, obviously him being on the show as well. So obviously we're going to have a conversation.
Yeah,
We're going to
definitely.
talk, and then we'll talk about your journey in the trading career per se. Yeah, so tell me, when was the first time you heard of Forex?
Saying the first time I discovered about Forex or heard of Forex was like 2017. Like the word Forex, I actually discovered it from a friend's mom of mine that was trading Forex but wasn't making any money from it. But then the fact that she could be like trading or making some sort of money, even though it's not profit because she wasn't making profits, but she could be able to make money sitting at home and doing nothing, literally. Like I was excited with that. But the fact she wasn't making profits, I wanted to make profits. So that's when I knew that there's something in Forex. So I went out and started getting knowledge of it.
So how did you, so you say she wasn't making money at the time. How did you know that you had the potential to make money from it?
To get that question, like thing is, I've always had an interest like in computers and like making money from just computers. Like even at a young age, like I was searching how to make money online, things like that. You check. So like just by searching that and knowing that, like I understood that maybe she's old, she doesn't understand the whole concept of how the technology systems work. Or maybe she's making a simple mistake that she can just tweak something and then she'll be able to make money. So I went and started searching my own on how to learn properly, how to get better things, like just how to know everything in order for me to make profits, not just revenue or just money, but profits. So yeah.
Okay, now that's cool. So when you like jumped into the whole Forex thing, like what was the process of you getting started? Because I know you said you went online, you found things, information online, and how did you end up applying that to your life?
Okay, how did I end up applying that to my life? Like what is it that you mean in what manner?
How did you end up applying it to like your trading? Because obviously you're saying you got information off the internet. Because what I know is that there's a lot of people, people who have access to the same information that you have now, but they find themselves not making money from the industry. So what steps did you have to take in order to implement that which you
one thing that I would say first is that like something that you get for free is actually something that can actually change your life. Like things that you get for free, they can change your life, but you don't really appreciate them that much. Like if you get something for free, you won't really use it as much as you pay for something. So one thing that I've done is that I got a lot of knowledge from YouTube or other like just on the normal like communities from like the internet. I've got a lot of knowledge. I thought that like I was ready to be able to trade a live account, but the mistake that I made was that I wasn't able to just put up all things into one place. Like I wasn't able to just let this know that this is the basics, this is the strategy, and this is the risk management strategy. I was just mixing everything at one. Understand? So just by understanding that, I was able to be like, okay, no, with the small money that I've got, let me just pay for a course, which was a monthly subscription. I paid for the course. I noticed that it taught me the same things that I learned from YouTube. So I was like, okay, no, I actually like confidence. It's not the knowledge or anything. It's just confidence. I need to believe in my technical analysis and stuff. So that's what I done. I just started believing that, okay, no, if I've got my risk towards accordingly and I've got my technical analysis accordingly, let me just believe that it's going to work out in the long run. And for me to also be able to just get the whole feeling of, okay, this thing is possible, I started backtesting. Backtesting is when you like actually you look into trades, like you take 100 trades on a specific pair. And then after doing that, you look at like your overall performance. Okay, after 100 trades, 60 went well, and I took a risk-reward ratio of 1:2. So that being said, I can see that in the long run, I'm profitable. So even if I trade on a live account now, I'm profitable still. Whether I take losses, like whether I take 5 losses in a row or 6 losses, I'm still profitable. So that gained confidence in me, and then I was like, I think I'm ready for it. I think I'm ready to be trading like large amounts, anything like that.
Okay, cool. So when you speak of technical analysis, so obviously there's fundamental traders and technical traders. So you being you speaking of technical analysis, so you being a technical trader. So can you just get a little bit into what exactly a technical trader does, or
Okay, let me actually speak about the whole two differences, and at the same time let me speak about my experience being because I didn't just wake up and be a technical trader. I started being a fundamental trader, and then I evolved into technical. So basically, like the technicals, but I believe that you guys know the difference between the technical and fundamentals. So one thing that I would say is that when I was still a fundamental trader, I'd be able to grow my account like exponentially, make thousands of dollars like instantly within a few minutes. But one thing that I noticed is that I wasn't able to live off of it. You understand? I wasn't able to be like, okay, every month I'm making this much. I can take care of this. I can like grow and become, I don't know, like I was just seeing that it's almost like gambling in a way, I wouldn't say, because other people are making a living out of it, So I noticed that for me, I'll be able to make money, but at the same time, I'll be able to lose a lot of money instantly. So I didn't like that fact. And then that's when I evolved into technical trading. Basically, just study the graphs. You know? And then after studying the graphs, you're able to see with a lot of evidence. Let's say one thing that I'll do is that I start from the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I look at the momentum and the direction of the trend, whatever that I'm looking at, the pair that I'm looking at. And then I evolve, go down to the 4-hour time frame. What I look for is the pattern, whether it's a continuation pattern going to the direction, or it's a reversal pattern. That's one thing that I look for. Simple, né? And then on the 1 hour, that's when I look for my entries. Like I'll be looking for candlestick formations or some sort of like a confirmation that corresponds with what is on the daily, the 4 hour, and also on the 1 hour that I'm looking at. And then that's when I make a conclusion of the trade that I'm gonna take. So if a trade doesn't meet those requirements, it's not considered to be a high profitability setup for me.
Yeah.
You get that? Yeah. So that's the whole system of the technicals that I trade.
Okay, looking at the time frames that you speak about,
Yeah.
what sort of trader are you? A swing trader, day trader, or?
No, I'm actually a swing trader.
Swing trader.
I'll place a trade on Monday and then hold it like Tuesday, Wednesday till Thursday. Normally, but I don't hold trades over like the weekends because of gaps and stuff. And I like to start the week afresh, you know. So yeah, I'm a swing trader too. Yeah.
Was there ever a point where you felt like forex trading was not for you?
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah, there definitely was, man. Because the way that we grew up, especially like for myself, I didn't grow up easy, you know, and like even the money that I had to fund for my trading account, I had to just keep on hustling for that money. Like the first account that I had was like $22, you know, which is like 300 rands, and I was still in college. It wasn't easy to get that amount of money for me, you know. And I kept on blowing that account, and I got another money, I blew it. I blew it. So I thought like, okay, no, this isn't working out for me. Even after I got my first success, which is last year, 2018, at the beginning of the year, I was able to make a good amount of money, you know, like it was a lot of money to a point where I was like, I'm still young, I can't be seeing so much money. But a few months later, it went back to like negatives and like it was painful. So I was thinking maybe I'm doing something wrong in the markets, or I don't know, like something I'm doing wrong. So one thing that I learned from that time after like making that much and then losing that much at the same time was that I should be able to just continue being a student. Because you know, when you let's say when you learn, when you start to get knowledge on something specific, when you start thinking that you're already there, that's when you're gonna start taking losses and going back into like seeing that you're actually a student forever. You see, so yeah, like I've reached a lot of obstacles. That's something that I'd say, a lot of obstacles.
Okay, so in other words, what you're saying is that at some point, if somebody sees they're not making it, a break from not trading.
Yeah.
So how long was that break for you?
How long was that break?
Yeah, because I can see you went back to being a student.
Oh,
so when you started, basically after those small starts,
yeah,
like how long was that break for you deciding to step back and just look at the bigger
I think
picture?
It took me 4 months.
4 months.
4 months to be specific, because to think of it, like, and during that time, one thing that I was doing, and I recommend people that are watching this should do, I was just reading books, you know, it doesn't have to be trading, it should be even like personal development books, you know. I was reading books, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, getting motivation, you know, and just allowing myself to believe that whatever that happens is just a temporary defeat. And in the long run, like, it's worth it. And, you know, after each obstacles that you reach, after the rise up is going to be a bit more stronger than before, you understand? So that's one thing that I took from there. And even now, I still reach obstacles, but I understand that it's just temporary, you know,
Okay, so you speak of reading books, but not just books about trading.
Not just books about, because trading is in the mindset. One thing you should know, it's in the mindset. So if you're a person that just wants to read trading, when I was studying off, I was reading a lot of trading books, a lot. Like I don't like a lot that I could. I'm in this other one Telegram channel group, whereby like I don't know how I even got into that, but it's like a lot of members and they share like a lot of trading books. So I download them and print them out and then read them out all the time. But then I noticed that I'm doing something wrong, which was I'm getting the strategies ready, I'm getting the risk management, but my mindset wasn't on the right path. So I started reading about money, you know, managing money, protecting money, all those things. And you know, even one of the trading principles in my trading plan that I wrote down is that not even placing a trade is a trading decision. It's because you know, if you place a trade that doesn't respect your requirements, you can take a loss, you know. So if you don't place a trade, you protected your capital. You understand? So yeah, read money management books and things like that.
Okay. That's great. So going back to being a technical trader, how important is it when you're a technical trader to be aware of news events?
I'd say it's important, but I don't really follow it that much, you know. Yeah, because I'm a person that's chill. Like I don't watch a lot of news. I'm not too up to date, you know. I'll just like I've got a group where it's like members of mine that it's a community. So I'll just be seeing messages and they'll let me know, okay, no, there's news and these things, you know, and then I'll just look at it And one thing, if I'm running on profits, I'll lock my profits, like through stop it. If I'm still at break even, I'll just move my trade to break even. If it's still like let's say I just took an entry, let's say a few minutes ago, I'll leave it, because my loss is still what 1%. My stop loss is at a level that if it goes against me, it's gonna take me out of an amount that I'm comfortable with. So for news, I would say that you can follow news to just be up to date, but you don't really know what the outcome of the news are gonna be. So let's say if you took a sell and you're following news and I don't know, Trump or whatever says something that's gonna affect the market negatively or positively, you're not sure if it's gonna go up or down. So it's just about you being sure that the loss that you're gonna take, you should be comfortable with it, and the profit should be exponential, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. So I always hear traders talking about consistency.
Okay.
All the time, but like I really want to know, like during that process of being consistent, because I can really tell you've touched on it a bit, but I just want you to go into it a bit more.
Yeah.
You find like nobody actually ever talks about that journey, how difficult that journey really is. Because people always say, you get successful traders saying, oh, like, no, one thing you have to know, you have to be consistent, but nobody actually talks about like the other side of getting to consistency. Okay. So you just get into that just a bit.
Okay, I'd say consistency. One thing that I'd say is that to get consistency, you get it from really knowing that you're consistent. And how do you know that? Like I said, you go into backtesting. Like backtesting, you're able to see that, okay, no, you can backtest. Like backtest doesn't have to be all the pairs in the market. There's 28 pairs. It doesn't have to be all the pairs. Even now, there's things such as Nasdaq. So one thing you can do is that you can take that specific pair, take 100 trades on it with the kind of strategy that you trade and the kinds of risk management strategy that you trade. On 100 trades, you'd be able to see that, okay, after I took 100 trades, 60 trades of mine go in my direction, and my normal risk to reward ratio is like 1:2. So meaning that 60 trades that go into your direction, you make 2% from it, and the other 40% you lose, or 1%, which is like 40%. So you'd be able to see that even if there'll be a time in the markets that you get a lot of losses in a row, like you'll be getting like 5 losses, 6 losses in a row. But if you're a person that didn't backtest and you don't know your results, what are you gonna think? You're gonna think that your strategy isn't working. Then you're gonna look for something else, which now you're gonna be involved in the cycle of doom. Then the next thing, strategy works 2 months. Next thing you're going to something like that.
Always chasing the
Always chasing the holy grail. But if you know that your strategy works, like even if people start speaking about this thing that works, this thing like all this shiny stuff, you won't be chasing that because you in the markets in the long term run, you're profitable, you're consistent. No matter what happens, drawdown comes, whatever, you're still consistent. As long as you stick to your trading plan and you respect it, you do know that.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's great. Yeah. So, what are some of the habits that you've had to develop along the way?
Okay, like in what manner?
No, habits for you to be a profitable trader. What are some of the habits in terms of daily? Do you have like a daily routine that you need to follow down to the T, or some habits of not leading to your destruction? You have bad habits of trading things. So what are some of the habits that you've had to develop for you to be successful?
One thing that I would say is that one thing that the habits that I developed wasn't for just trading, but it was like life habits, Because before I discovered, or before I started trading, I was like, I was just a normal, like, how can I put it? I want to put it in a nice way, but I was just a normal college kid, getting into a lot of trouble, doing things that I shouldn't be doing, those kind of stuff, But I started writing down things, like writing down goals, writing down things. Okay, I don't want to see myself doing 1, 2, 3. I want to see myself doing this. I want to see myself achieving these things. So it wasn't just trading goals, it was like life goals. And then I started following up on them, started watching a lot of YouTube videos about personal development. And then I started making it a habit. It was nice, to see yourself taking down goals, that, like, see yourself dreaming about something, feeling it, and then writing it down. And then after a few months, you see yourself taking and seeing that I accomplished it. So I was like, okay, I think it's nice. I want to get more and like bigger goals and bigger stuff. So I started doing that. So the habit that I'd say is that it's writing down my goals. I do that daily. I write down weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals. It's quarterly goals, daily goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. And then I write them down. One thing that I'd say too is that early in the morning I do a workout routine where I do like setups, push-ups, and all those kind of stuff. Then I read a book, like at least 20 pages. Book doesn't have to be about trading anything. And during the day I would watch like an hour, 2 hours, like on trading, YouTube videos, trading things, like anything that motivates me about trading. Also personal development. Then I start like push other businesses that I run. So it's like basically my daily routine. That's basically my daily routine. Like each and every day, that's what I do. Like I wake up. I know even when like it's simple. Like I wake up, going to the next, and then I go into the office. Then I start hustling into. Then I go in there. Like it's just simple. I don't even have to walk out the house. there's times where I can be in the house for like 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to be out. Like I'm indoors, like away from indoors. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. It seems like you're a very disciplined person.
Yeah.
Was there ever a point where you were not disciplined?
Yeah, there actually was. But one thing that I'd say is that for me to be disciplined was the part where I wasn't disciplined was when I was involved with like friends, like mobs, like when you're under like a lot of friends, like that's when there's a lot of influence, there's like maybe a leader or one that says this, do this. But when you start being alone, which one thing that started making me be alone was skateboarding. I've got a passion and I started skating as a habit to just get away from things that were distracting me about life, So skating is something that it needs you to be alone, you don't need partners or a team or anything like that. It's just you getting the trick done, and to get the trick you have to be consistent on trying it and actually get it. So I started taking those principles that I learned from skating into trading. I was like, let me just focus on this, and since I can just sit on the laptop and study the market and just place trades and stuff, I don't need like people to be like, let's trade today, because if it's like that, then it means that if someone doesn't come and say let's trade today, I won't trade.
Yeah.
You understand that? So yeah, I just had to develop that. And also, like with this, like it's your why. I've got a daughter, I've got like a family to feed and stuff, so my why is actually strong. I'm not doing this for the lifestyle purpose or just to play around, but to like change real life people's life, you understand, like change lives and stuff. So this is important, you understand.
Yeah. Okay, so you are doing this full time, or is like the trading thing is like a full time thing, or what? Do you have other sources of income, or what do you suggest to somebody who's watching now and listening? Because obviously you find people who work, like obviously, and then they do the trading part time. So it's like your forex, like the first source, the main one.
Yeah. One thing that I'd say is that the way I started was actually for a person that works, I think it's much more simpler, because you already got money that's coming in, so you can have money to invest and stuff. But if you're a person that doesn't have money, like I'm speaking for the ones that started off like me, one thing that I would say is that let's say when you're trading full time, like how I am trading full time, I started with a very small account, had to grow it up. But one thing that I've done is that once I started making a few profits, I'm not talking about thousands of dollars, I'm talking about $100. Understand? Those are profits. Once I started making that, I was investing it into other things that seemed like they can make me money. And so currently I've got like 5 sources of income, close to there, I don't know. But just by doing that, the profits that I make or the profits that you make from your full-time income, you should just invest it into something that can give you profits on a passive income kind of way. You understand? So yeah, that's one thing that I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, now I just want to ask you a few questions about your trading now.
Yeah.
Your first withdrawal. Do you remember the first withdrawal?
The first withdrawal, yeah, I've got the first withdrawal whereby I was with friends, and I've got the first withdrawal whereby so
okay, tell me about both of them.
Okay, both of them is that we started, it was me and my 2 friends, they're still out here. So we had an account, we had $181, pounds, £181, and then we're actually scalping it, sitting down like 3 of us, like, yeah, and we all had laptops, and this was like, I'm looking at this, then like we're just going in full margin out,
Oh, okay.
So we took that account to like £3,200 in just 4 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we took it to 3,200. But that also made me hit the news because on Friday, the next day, because we started Monday till Thursday, we took it to the amount. Then Friday, the news came out and then it took us out £2,000 in just 2 minutes. Sure. So we left with 1,000 something. Yeah. So we drew that amount, but I was like, there's really money to be made here. You understand? Like I was able to beat that much in just 4 days and all this. But I was like, there's money to be made. So that's the first withdrawal because it was like £1,000, which would be like 18,000 rands somewhere there. Then we split it.
Okay.
Yeah. And the first initial one that I made on myself, I grew from that account. I started learning risk management, started pushing in all these things. So it pushed up to like 80,000 rands. And then like it hit my bank account, and I was like 20 years old, somewhere close to. I was like, shit, this is money. Yeah, yeah. From there, but like it was like amazing to just get that amount of money to hit your bank account at once. But there's times whereby it starts to be normal, and there's times whereby like you miss that thing because you don't experience it that much, So
yeah. And just tell me about some of your biggest losses or your biggest loss that you always go back and you think, oh yeah, I was seeing fine.
One thing that I'll say is that like some losses that I'll take now that would seem like big losses, but are no longer big losses because of the account size. But there's losses that I took back then that were big losses to me. Like now it'll be like, it wasn't so much. Like I had I think it was like £800 or something like that in my account. And because of like I was spending money in a reckless way, starting to go under like this thing of I need money quick, understand? So I started also trading in that way, understand? And then I started like just going to the negatives, and then just that week I lost like 800 pounds. So I didn't have any money at all. Like I had no money coming in, no trading account, nothing. Yeah. So I was like a bit depressed for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
But I was able to come back. Yeah. But you know, it's amazing to have people that are like your support system, you know, when you're going through tough times, because I didn't even have money to buy airtime to see what I can make money from on the internet, you understand? But yeah, we're standing now.
Yeah.
We're standing.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. So what is some of your best and most memorable trades?
I'm actually glad that you asked that, because you know there's trades that are actually able to take care of you for like the next 2 weeks or months to come. So I took a trade and like it paid me, like it was after the downfall that I experienced. I had like a small amount of money that came because people owed me money by that time. So someone paid me, then I found my account, then I started pushing it. Then like I think I made like close to like $1,800. It wasn't pounds no more. It was like now dollars. And just that amount was able to push me for like 3 weeks, but not 3 weeks, 3 months, but not to live off of it, like isn't like to take care of like things that I'm not, but to take care of businesses myself. So it was able to help me invest into more things. And yeah, that was amazing. That was actually a good week because I opened the trade. I think I was running for like 3 or 4 weeks. 3 or 4 days. And then that's how much I made in just those days. Yeah. That was amazing.
Okay, that's great. So coming just to the end of the interview right now, is there any advice that you might have for the viewer sitting at home right now? The person who wants to get into the industry or the person who's struggling right now, any advice that you might have for them?
Any advice? The one thing that I'd say is that like you shouldn't take, like when you're gonna do something, then like even if like it's not possible, even if only one person succeeded, as long as that one person succeeded, it means that it's possible for a person to succeed. So people, one thing that they do is that they see a lot of these people succeeding or maybe looking like they're succeeding, and then they think that okay, maybe it's that simple, you understand? Then they jump into it without the knowledge, and then they start to fail, and they think that it's not working out, you understand? So that's one thing that the people are doing in the wrong manner. One thing that they should do is that they should see as inspiration that it's possible, you can succeed from this thing, and then focus on their own craft. Like, look at your own thing. Let's say if you're watch a lot of YouTube videos. There's a lot of content out there. Like, now when I'm seeing a lot of YouTube videos, like, I'd be like, I'm telling myself like 2-3 years ago, even like when I was still in high school, if I was watching YouTube this much, I'd be rich, right? Like heavily rich. Because like there's a lot of like things that are like just amazing. Like you should watch a lot of YouTube videos. Focus on your own craft, you know. Focus on your own business. Like this is a business. It's not just trading your way open and close. Yeah, it's a business. Like focus on it. See how you can grow it, and see how you can not just be an employer, but you can actually work on your business. Meaning that don't just buy, sell, analyze, buy, sell. No, instead, but look at your trading plan. Follow the rules that you need to take before you open the trade, like a system that even if if now I can come with my trading plan and give it to you, like you'll be able to see whatever I do in the markets. That's simple. You'll be able to read everything that I do in the markets. Then you'll be able to implement it. So a person should have something like that, like a system that they follow in the markets. So that's one thing that I'd say, and watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah. Okay, no, guys, thank you very much for coming today. I really do appreciate you coming through and sharing the wisdom and knowledge that you have with us and the viewers at home.
Yeah.
And guys, thank you very much for watching. Guys, please let us know in the comments below what you guys thought of today's episode. And this is Lesiba.
Yeah, and I would like to say, man, I actually do appreciate the work that you're doing, man, because there's a lot of people out there that need something like this, you understand? Yeah. So what you're doing is actually inspiring, and it'll help someone out. I believe that there's a lot of people that are getting value from this. So it really does mean a lot. I got inspired too, you know. So yeah, I respect it.
No, thank you very much, guys. This is All Things Trading with myself, Nqobile Tembane, and thank you guys so much for watching.
Okay.